let's record the class. Thank you everyone for joining. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the class. On today's objective will be talk about the time, and this will be the second part of the class, okay? So we're talking about how to express the timing if it was 1 o'clock or a quarter to 10, etc. Can somebody give me the time right now? What time is it now? What time is it now? Volunteer or victim?
9:17.
It is 9:17. Excellent. Thank you very much. So we're starting the class at 9:17. Excellent. Thank you very much, Fernando. Let's continue. So we'll talk this time about frequency adverbs. Okay, so I'm going to read a small conversation, and it is between Rick and Alicia. Okay, so here I go. So pay attention, please, to the conversation. I'm always so busy. I never have any free time. I'm always at work in the morning and I usually study in the afternoon. What about you? I don't work, so I often get up late. I sometimes study in the morning and relax in the afternoon. I almost always go out in the evening. I rarely have time to go out, maybe just once a month, but I love to go to the movies. Me too. Do you want to go to the movies this weekend? Sure, that sounds great. Do we get all the ideas? Obtuvimos como toda la conversación, todas las ideas en la conversación.
Sí, profe.
¿Sí? Más o menos. Le doy otra lectura. What about the rest of the class? ¿Qué opinan los demás? ¿Lo volvemos a leer o comenzamos las preguntas? Okay, one more time. Okay, this is Rick. I'm always so busy. I never have any free time. I'm always at work in the morning and I usually study in the afternoon. What about you? I don't work, so I often get up late. I sometimes study in the morning and I relax in the afternoon. I almost always go out in the evening. I rarely have time to go out, maybe just once a month, but I love to go to the movies. Me too. Do you want to go to the movies this weekend? Sure, that sounds great. What about this time? Was it difficult to understand?
No, teacher.
No.
Okay, let's continue with some questions. Who does a lot every day? ¿Quién hace mucho todo el día? Who has a lot of work? Is it Rick or Alicia? Is it the first person or the second one?
The first person.
The first one, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Because he says he's always busy and he has no free time, right? And who doesn't have any work? ¿Quién no tiene tanto trabajo?
The second person.
The second one, right? Because it says she's always free and she always go out in the evenings, right? Siempre sale como por las tardes. Excellent, very good. Okay, so let's review then the conversation. And here it is a conversation. So let's review some of the words that we probably don't understand perfectly. Vamos a ver vocabulario. I don't think we have any new vocabulary. Okay, we need 2 volunteers to read the conversation between Rick. It is John, it was not Alicia. So who wants to participate? We need 2 volunteers.
Me.
Okay, you go first, you go Rick, and who wants to be John? ¿Quién quiere ser John? We need another participant.
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm always so busy. I never have any free time. I'm always at work in the morning and I usually study in the afternoon. What about you?
I don't work, so I often get up late. I sometimes study in the morning and I relax in the afternoon. I almost always go out in the evening.
I rarely have time to go out, maybe just once a month. But I love to go to the movies.
Me too. Do you want to go to the movies this weekend?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, baby.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Okay,
Love you.
thank you. Stop it. Okay, let's try to identify which are the frequency adverbs. Vamos a tratar de identificar cuáles son los adverbios de frecuencia. ¿Y qué entendemos por adverbios de frecuencia? A ver, vamos empezando por ahí. What is it an frequency adverb?
Like often, usually, always, never.
Ok, good. Son estos adverbios que nos dicen qué tan frecuente hacemos las actividades. ¿Sí?
Sometimes.
Por ejemplo, cuando, también sometimes, por ejemplo, cuando en Spanish, cuando decimos usualmente hago esto o casi nunca preparo esto, o son los adverbios de frecuencia, ¿no? Que nos están dando o que nos dan información sobre qué tan frecuente es la actividad que estamos por realizar o que estamos realizando. Okay? So let's try to identify in the conversation which are the frequency adverbs that I've mentioned here. So, which is the first frequency adverb that we can see in the, or that we can identify in the conversation? Volunteers? ¿Cuál es el primer adverbio de frecuencia que está aquí en
Always.
Always, right? Excellent, always. Vamos a ver. What?
Always.
Always, muy bien. And second one, el segundo.
Never.
Never, okay?
Never
because
say
it's
never.
same. Never say never. I never have any free time. And then we have always, we have another, always again.
Usually.
The other one.
Usually.
Usually.
Usually, where is it usually? I don't get it. ¿Dónde está? No lo veo.
The
Okay,
morning
yeah.
and I usually.
I usually study, right? Very good. Which will be the next one?
Often.
Okay. Often. Good. Next one.
Sometimes.
Which one?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right. Okay. Next one.
Almost always.
Almost always. Very good. And do we have another one?
Once a month.
Once a month? Yes, could be. Okay, I'm gonna highlight it in another color. Once a month. Okay, which other one? We're missing one.
Rarely?
Oh,
Excellent. Rarely. Rarely. Okay, good. So let's try to, like if we have this line where 0% it's never, okay? And sometimes it's like 50-50. Si nosotros tuviéramos never como un 0% porque nunca lo hacemos, ¿cómo acomodaríamos el resto de los frequency adverbs? ¿Cuál sería el siguiente después de never? ¿Cuál creen que sería el siguiente?
Rarely,
Rarely.
Rarely, ¿no? Porque-
Redly.
Excelente. Ok. Rarely lo tendríamos como un, como que a veces, pero no es tan frecuente, ¿no? And then we have sometimes, which is like the 50-50, como a veces sí, a veces no, ¿no? Rare, I mean, sometimes. Okay, excellent. Then which will be the next one?
usually,
Como usually, we have it often, ¿no? Como ya más frecuente, después de sometimes, un poquito más frecuencia, tendríamos often, ¿no? And then we have usually, que ya es como un 90% de las veces que lo hacemos, usualmente lo hacemos, ¿sí? And then at the end, at the 100%, que siempre lo hacemos, what would it be? ¿Cuál sería el de siempre lo hago?
always.
Always, right? So we have these frequency adverbs to express how many times during the week or how many times during the day we repeat the same activity, okay? ¿Cuántas veces durante el mes, la semana, etcétera, repetimos la misma actividad? We never, for instance, I never, what do I do never? For example, I never read news. Yo nunca leo las noticias, okay? But I always go to the gym, okay? Or rarely I watch horror movies. Casi no veo películas de horror, but I usually see romantic comedies, movies, right? So that's how we can express how many times during the week or during the month we repeat an activity, right? So let me show this. Frequency adverbs come after the verb be and come before another verb, okay? So we say, I am always happy, okay? For instance, in the first line, we have, I am always so busy, okay? So we have verb to be, or the verb be, then we have the frequency adverb, and we have another verb, okay, in the base form, en la forma del presente o en la forma base, ¿sí? Entonces, los adverbios de frecuencia siempre van después del verbo to be, o del verbo ser, estar, be, y van antes o después del frequency adverb, va un verbo adicional que es el verbo que vamos a expresar o la actividad que vamos a expresar en cuanto al número de veces que hacemos, ¿no? En el siguiente, por ejemplo, dice, I'm always, we have the verb to be, we have the frequency adverb, and we have another verb, ¿okay? Igual, el otro verbo está en la forma base, no está en pasado, no está en pasado en pretérito, ¿ok? So we have always, I'm always at work, okay? And in the second line, we have, I usually study in the afternoon. In this case, we don't have the verb to be, but we have the second verb, okay? No tenemos el verbo to be, pero si lo tuviéramos sería antes, ¿no? I am usually study, también podemos decir, okay? In this case, we have, I usually study, y el verbo que le sigue o la actividad que estamos mencionando, la frecuencia, no está conjugado en ningún tiempo, okay? In this case, if we say, I always am happy, that will be incorrect, okay? Si nosotros llevamos el verbo to be después del el adverbio de frecuencia, entonces ahí sí lo tendríamos incorrecto. Either way, we can use verb to be or either we cannot use it, okay? O lo usamos el verbo to be antes o no lo usamos nunca, ¿sí? Si lo utilizamos el verbo to be, lo utilizamos antes del adverbio de frecuencia y si no, no lo utilizamos, no va después, ¿sí? Porque utilizarlo después sería incorrecto, ¿ok? ¿Dudas? ¿Questions so far? No questions?
No,
Okay.
profe.
Excellent. Let's move on. Let's review the pronunciation of the days of the week and the months. Okay, so let's have a little practice on pronunciation. I'm gonna point out. Okay, so let's start with Eric. Would you help us to pronounce the first 3 days of the week? I'm sorry. ¿Nos ayudas a pronunciar los primeros 3 días de la semana, please?
Monday, Thursday, Wednesday.
Yes, more or less. Okay. It is Monday. It is Tuesday. Okay. So let me write it down here. So whenever we have like U and E, we say Tuesday. It sounds like an E, como una I en español. Okay. It's Tuesday. Okay. And we say Wednesday. It is like if the D, it is not here. Wednesday. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Eric. Germán, would you help me with the next 4th, please?
With what?
With the following 4th, starting with here. After Wednesday, the rest of the days.
Just read the
Yes,
days.
just read it. Mhm.
Okay. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Excellent. You did excellent. So let's
Thank you.
review the pronunciation between martes y jueves, right? It is Tuesday and it is Thursday, okay? Remember that whenever we have TH, it is pronounced like a D, right? So it is like Thursday, like if we, como si sacamos la lengua para pronunciar una D, pero entonces le ponemos el Thursday, okay? We don't say Thursday, no, we say Thursday, okay? So it is Thursday and it is Tuesday. It's different, right? The pronunciation is different, okay? It is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and as Germán mentioned, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Very good. Thank you, Germán. So let's move on then with the months. And would you help me to pronounce it, Jose? Would you help me to pronounce the first 4, please? José, ¿me ayudas a leer los primeros 4 meses, please?
¿A quién le dijo, profe?
Ajá, a ti.
¿A mí?
Sí, please.
¿En dónde dijo que le lea? A ver,
Los primeros 4 meses, por favor.
los primeros 4 meses.
Ujú.
January, February, March, April.
Okay, very good. It is January, okay, January, February, March, and April, okay? Okay, good. So April, it's like if we have, como si tuviéramos aire en la boca, como nosotros decimos coloquialmente, como si tuvieras la papa en la boca, ¿no? April, okay? Tratamos de como inflar los cachetitos poquito, okay? Good, very good. Thank you, Jose, I'm sorry. January, February, March, and April. Very good, thank you. Alberto, would you help me to read the next 3, please? Los siguientes 3, por favor. Alberto Romero, would you help me to read the next one? The following 3?
Yes, teacher. Which one?
We have already read April, so continue.
April, May. Oh.
Yeah, continue.
Friday.
No, hacia abajo.
May, June, July.
Excellent, until there. Well, then we said it's May, June, and July, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, Alberto. So I don't think we have any problems reading this, May, June, and July, which is pretty easy. And let's move on then with the following 5. So who wants to read, volunteers to read the following 5?
Me.
Go ahead.
August, September, October, November, December.
Very good. So we say August, September, October, November, and December. Very good. Thank you very much. Hector.
Yes.
Excellent. So do we have any problems with months and days of the week? No, right? It was pretty easy, this exercise. ¿Alguien tuvo problemas? No va. Creo que esto lo tenemos cubierto ya.
No, profe.
Excellent. Okay, good. So let's continue with the preposition of time. Okay. And we have here a small text. Who wants to read it? We need a volunteer to read the text. It is a small text. Alguien que nos ayude a leer el texto. Está pequeñito y está muy fácil. Volunteers or victims?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead. Thank you.
I usually work until 5 o'clock. I get home at 6. On weekdays, I go to bed early. I usually watch TV until bedtime. On Fridays, I always go out after work. I see friends in the evenings. Sometimes I don't get home before 3 a.m. I sleep late on Saturday mornings.
Excellent. Thank you. You did excellent. Thank you. So let's review vocabulary. What is it to get home?
Ir a casa.
Ir a casa, right? Excellent. So get home is the action to go back to home, que es la acción de regresar a casa, ¿no? I get home, ¿okay? Como regresar, como, sí, regresar a casa. That's it, okay? So what is it weekdays? What's the meaning of weekdays? Okay, what's the meaning of weekend?
Semana.
Weekend.
Fin de semana, perdón.
Fin de semana, very good. So what's the meaning of weekdays?
Días de la semana.
Excellent, son los días de la semana. And we usually express those days that are not on the weekend. ¿Sí? Usualmente utilizamos weekdays para expresar los días que no son los de fin de semana. Okay? So in this case, he or she says, on weekdays, I go to bed early. ¿Sí? O sea, los días que no son fin de semana, me voy a la cama temprano. ¿Sí? ¿Por qué? Porque generalmente está expresando que de lunes a jueves o de lunes a viernes se va a dormir temprano, ¿no? El viernes como que todavía está medio indefinido si es día de la semana o ya es weekend. Yo diría que ya es weekend, ¿ok? Pero de lunes a jueves, entonces diríamos que esta persona se va a dormir temprano. Okay, very good. So I think we have already said, but what's the meaning of bedtime?
Hora de irse a dormir, ¿no?
Mm-hmm. It is to express the time where you go, when you go to bed. Okay, es la forma de expresar la hora a la que te vas a dormir. Que it could be at 8 in the night, it could be 10 in the night, it could be 11, it would be midnight, or it could be 3 a.m. in the like very early morning. Okay, la hora en la que expresas que te vas a ir a la cama. O sea, no hay una hora ya definida para decir bedtime. Okay, so you can put any time that you want to, any time that you need to go to bed, okay? But it's the time that you go to bed. Es la hora que te vas a comer. Digo, a dormir. Very good. Go out. What's the meaning of go out? I always go out.
Salir, profe.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Es salir. And we can express it as go out. We can express go out as como salir that we usually go out with friends, okay? Es la forma de expresar que sales, pero usualmente la utilizamos para decir que salgo con amigos o que salgo de fiesta o que salgo a divertirme, ¿sí? Usually we say go out. I go out with friends. I go out to a party, etc. ¿No? Es como lo utilizamos más para salir a divertirse. Okay, very good. What's the meaning of evenings? Do you remember that we have morning, we have
Tarde.
tarde, very good. Evening es como por la tarde, ¿no? Excellent. I think that's it. Okay, good. I think that's it. So let's see. What do we have? An adverb of frequency. Los adverbios de frecuencia, ¿dónde los volvemos a ver aquí?
Usually.
Usually it is one. We have another usually here. Where else?
Always.
Always we have it here. Very good.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, very good. And I think that's it, right? Y creo que es todo. Okay, thank you. And then we have a preposition of time. Tenemos también preposiciones de tiempo. Okay? Which are they? For instance, in the first line, I usually work until 5 o'clock. Okay, so until, it is a preposition of time. Okay, entonces aquí en la primera línea tenemos una preposición de tiempo. ¿Sí? Y dice, yo normalmente trabajo hasta las 5 en punto, right? So we have a preposition of time. Where do you think we have another preposition of time? Remember, the preposition, la preposición como tal es una pre, ¿sí? Es algo que se le pone antes de, ¿sí? Entonces, if we are talking about preposition of time, es una preposición que la vamos a tener siempre antes de cuando expresamos una hora, ¿ok? So, where do we have another preposition of time?
At.
At 6, very good. Okay, so I get home at 6, very good. Where do we have another one?
The other until.
The other until, right? Could you read the complete sentence?
I usually watch TV until bedtime.
Excellent, excellent. Where do we have another one?
After.
After, very good. So could you read the complete sentence?
I always go out after work.
Excellent, very good. And finally, another one.
Before entra.
Excellent, you did it excellent. Muy bien, lo hiciste perfecto. Could you read the complete sentence, please? ¿Nos ayudas a leer el enunciado completo, por favor?
I don't get home before 3, no sé cómo se dice AM.
How can we say AM?
¿Así?
AM.
AM, very good. AM. It is like just AM. Solo es como AM, tal cual, ¿no? Very good. Okay, excellent. So we have these prepositions of time: until, okay, at, after, and before. Okay, so let's prepare the rules. We use until, before, and after, and you, of course, at. Okay, y también at. And let's try to complete these sentences to make the rules of use. Vamos a poner until, before y after para completar estas reglas de cómo utilizarlo, okay? We use until, before, or after to say when we stop doing something.
Until.
Until, very good. So we say, we use until to say when we stop doing something, okay? So when whenever we stop doing something and then we move to another activity, we use until. If, for instance, in the first line, we say, I usually work until 5 o'clock. That means that we stop doing work at 5 o'clock, okay? So that's why we use until. Utilizamos entonces el until cuando nosotros dejamos de hacer algo y pasamos a hacer otra actividad, ¿okay? En la primera línea decimos, yo normalmente trabajo hasta las 5 de la tarde. Y después de las 5 de la tarde, yo cambio de actividad, ¿ok? So I usually work until 5 o'clock and then I change the activity, ¿ok? I stop working and then I change activity. Probably I get home, ¿ok? Very good. Then let's continue. We use until, before, or after to say at a later time.
After.
After, very good. So we use after to say at a later time. Okay, utilizamos el after para decir que vamos a hacerlo a una hora después. Okay, for instance, we have on the second line at the very end, en la segunda línea al final, I always go out after work. Okay, después de que trabajo, I go out. Okay, I go out with my friends. Very good. And finally, we use until, before, or after to say at an early time. Obviously before, right? Obviamente before. So we use before to say at an earlier time. And we have on the very at the very end of the third line, we say, I don't get home before 3 a.m. Sometimes I don't get home before 3 a.m. Okay, so we use before to say that an earlier time. Okay, decimos before para expresar a una hora antes, ¿no? Por ejemplo, yo no llego a casa antes de las 3 de la mañana. Okay, sometimes I don't get home before 3 a.m. Okay, so let me ask you, you stay at school until what time? Ustedes toman clases o están en la escuela until what time? Using until, please.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay, very good. Does anyone work? ¿Alguien trabaja? Does anyone has a job? ¿Alguien tiene un trabajo, un empleo?
I don't, but I'm looking
No?
for one.
Ok.
Somos minis.
Ay, qué rico. Pues aprovechen. No tengan trabajo hasta que lo necesiten.
Teacher,
Yeah.
mi compañera Belén se le trabó el internet que va a venir a su laptop para volver a meterse a la clase.
Sure, no problem. Excellent, no problem. So, what do you do after work? I'm sorry, after class. ¿Qué hacen después de clases?
Play video games.
Do exercise.
Okay. Until what time do you play video games?
Um, 2 hours.
Okay. We don't say until 2 hours. We say until 5 o'clock, until bedtime, until lunch. Okay. Nosotros normalmente, o bueno, no decimos hasta 2 horas. No, decimos hasta y proporcionamos una hora como más específica, ¿no? O hasta la hora de la comida, hasta la hora de la cena, etcétera, ¿no? In that case, si nosotros queremos expresar 2 horas, we use I play video games for 2 hours. Okay? En este caso sería por 2 horas. Okay? We use the preposition for. Okay, very good. Okay, and until what time do you exercise?
since 6 until 7:45 p.m.
Okay, very good. And where do you exercise? Do you go to the gym
No, in my house.
in your house because of the pandemic or because you are used to do it in your house?
Uh, I think more because the pandemic.
Because of the pandemic? Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, good. Then let's move forward and let's see. Okay, yes, we have this. Okay. Okay, it's more of the same. We usually work, blah, 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 blah. And we also have on, the preposition on, okay? On weekends, on Fridays, on Saturdays. And if you can see, the preposition on, we use it with an with a day or with a month. ¿Okay? Cuando utilizamos la preposición es on, casi siempre, o bueno, siempre lo utilizamos con o seguida de un día de la semana o de un mes, ¿sí? On Friday, on Saturday, on weekends, on January, on February, okay? And then we have the preposition in, okay? Que lo utilizamos en un específico momento del día, ¿no? In the evening, in the night, in the morning, etc. ¿Sí? So we have this table here where we can use on with days of the day, with days of the week, or with months. We have the preposition at, okay, que lo utilizamos hasta, o perdón, a las, ¿sí? Sería como a las 6, at 5, at 6, at 3, and we use a very specific hour of the day. ¿Sí? Lo utilizamos con una hora específica. And we have already said that we have the preposition in, that we use in the moment of the day, in the evening, que lo utilizamos en un momento del día, en la tarde, en la noche, en la mañana, okay. And we have already said that before and after, when we, and until, when we can use, okay. Very good. Question about preposition on, at, and in. Pregunta sobre las preposiciones on, al, y in, y en. I'm pretty sure that with practice, we can get used to this and we will make it everything clear. Con la práctica, seguramente que lo vamos a tener mucho más claro, okay? But questions until here, preguntas hasta aquí.
No.
No, right? Okay, good. Let's try to make this reading. Hagamos esta lectura and then we have a small break. Okay? Hagamos esta lectura y después tenemos una pequeña pausa. Okay? What type of bird are you? Okay, I'm gonna read it and then we will have some questions. So let's pay attention and please follow in the reading. Okay, what type of bird are you? 1 in 10 people is a lark. Aquí, mira, tengo dislexia. Okay. About 2. Uy. ¿Qué onda conmigo? 10. Okay. 1 in 10 people is a lark. About 2 in 10 are owls and enjoy staying up very late. If you like to get up early, have coffee and read the paper, you're probably a lark. Owls often don't eat breakfast and have to hurry to get to work in the morning. If you do laundry or surf on the internet at midnight, you're probably an owl. Larks and owls often have different jobs. Emergency room doctors, for example, work more at night. They are usually owls. Writers and artists are often larks. For example, cartoonist Scott Adams is a lark. I never try to do anything past noon, he says. and I only exercise in the afternoon. I draw from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Then I write for a few hours. Okay? Questions about vocabulary? What are we talking about? ¿De qué estamos hablando? In Spanish.
Tipos de personas, los que madrugan y los que se duermen tarde.
Very good. So you have understood, ya entendiste como la esencia, ¿no? Es tal cual la esencia de la lectura lo que estamos platicando, de los tipos de personas, ¿no? But we are talking also about two kind of birds, right? Estamos hablando acerca de dos tipos de pájaros, ¿no? What kind of birds we're talking about?
Lark and owls.
Okay, and what's the meaning of lark?
Alondra.
Alondra, very good. It is, I think it's not very common. No es como que tan común. Bueno, yo no había escuchado acerca de las alondras, tal cual, pero we're talking about larks. And we're also talking about which is the other bird.
Owl.
Oh, very good, very good. Okay. And what's the meaning in Spanish of an owl?
Búho.
Yeah, búho, right? Okay. So which are the characteristics of a lark according to the reading?
It get up early.
It get up early, very good. Okay. What else?
Get up early.
What else? ¿Qué otra característica? In Spanish, if you can express it in English, you can express it in Spanish. Okay, if you are a lark, si eres una alondra, okay, and you get up early, what do you think will be the favorite meal? Do you remember the word meal?
The breakfast.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, meal, we have already said that is comida, ¿no? Pero es como un tiempo, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, we can say, do you want to go meal en la mañana o en la tarde o en la noche, ¿no? Es como para expresar, vamos a comer algo, ¿no? So, we're saying that if you're a lark, probably your favorite meal, tu momento más favorito para, o sea, de la comida, en términos de comida, sería tal vez, y ya lo expresaron, that would be the breakfast, right? ¿Por qué? Porque pues te levantas temprano y desayunas, etc. Okay, very good. What would be the characteristics of the owls? How can we identify owls? ¿Cómo podríamos identificar a los búhos?
They go to bed really late.
Okay, very good. They usually stay up very late, right? And it says here, what else? What other characteristics that we have on owls? What would be a best job for an owl? ¿Cuál sería como un trabajo ideal para un owl?
Software developer, like us.
Probably, right? Probably you're all owls. Probablemente todos ustedes son owls, ¿no? Que se quedan hasta tarde. You stay up until late, working and programming and reading news, surfing on the internet, okay? So you're probably, all of you are olds. Probablemente todos ustedes son olds, ¿no? Que se quedan hasta tarde, etc. And probably most of the teachers are larks. Probablemente la mayoría de los maestros somos larks, ¿no? Porque nos levantamos temprano, estamos un poquito antes que ustedes, preparamos la clase, etcétera, 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 ¿no? Probably. Now, I'm not saying that all of them, okay? But probably most of them. And also we have, here it says, usually writers and artists are often larks. ¿Okay? Usualmente los artistas y los escritores usualmente son larks, ¿no? ¿Por qué? Porque las características de un lark, ¿sí? Son como más creativos, etcétera, y entonces como que la creatividad fluye al inicio del día, ¿no? O al menos es lo que nos trata de decir. And we have an example here from a cartoonist, okay? What's the meaning of cartoonist?
¿Caricaturista?
Very good. Es un caricaturista, ¿no? And it comes from the cartoon, right? If we don't have like the exact meaning, we can get it from here, okay? Cuando no tenemos el significado exacto de una palabra, lo podemos deducir como por su raíz, ¿no? Y aquí we have the root is cartoon, right? And so we inferimos que es un caricaturista, ¿no? El caricaturista, for instance, Scott Adams, it's a lark, and he said that he always worked at very, very early, right? He exercised in the afternoon and he drove from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Okay, very good. Do we have any problems with vocabulary? Problemas de vocabulario, palabras, etc. What's the meaning of enjoy?
Disfrutar.
Excellent, very good. Hurry.
Rápido.
Apresurarse.
Rápido, okay, very good. It is like apurado, ¿no? Como apurado, entonces te hace las cosas rápidas, ¿no? You have to hurry, tú tienes que apurarte, tienes que apresurarte, ¿no? A hacer las cosas. Very good. What's the meaning of laundry?
La lavandería, lavar la ropa.
Okay, laundry as it is, laundry como tal, es lavandería, and do laundry, pues hacer la lavandería, ¿no? Así como lavar, ¿no? Very good. What's the meaning of midnight?
Medianoche.
Medianoche, very good. Okay, I think that's it. Finally, para terminar, where can you identify, I'm sorry, the frequency adverbs? ¿Dónde podemos identificar frequency adverbs?
Often.
Often, very good. Pero no la veo, where is it? Okay, here, often, where else? Where else do we have?
Usually.
Usually, very good. Here we have another often.
Gucci.
Where else?
The other often are often larks.
Very good. Where else?
Never.
Never says never.
Never say never. Where is it never? I don't.
Till row from last.
The road. Una, dos, tres.
Till row.
I never
Okay.
tried to. Okay, very good. Excellent. Where else? I think that's it, right? Creo que ya son todos, ¿sí? Okay, very good. So, let's give us, vámonos dando un receso para ir al baño, o tomar agua, etcétera. Y nos vemos, ¿qué les parece? A las 10:15. What do you think?
Parece bien, bebé.
Ok, entonces vamos, cerrando un momentito la sesión y nos vemos a las 10:15 para